We are warmed up as a team. That's good. That's good. That was just a message for the technical team. Hello, Mentor. And I'm so... Hi. Hi, Quincy. This is going to be a fun thing. Hello, Mentor is a data-driven service platform to bridge the gap between students, graduates, and the job market. So they claim to be the ideal connector via mentorship. All right, so I'm curious on that one. The only thing that I ask is this a possible solution for the war for talent? Or are you going to help me to retain my employees? Whatever. It's up to you, sir. Where are you from? Where are you from, Quincy?
Amsterdam. I'm the only Dutch startup,
hey.
so...
Good, good. Yeah.
To all of you.
Hey, this is your 10 minutes. Have a go, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I'm a Dutch startup, so good to be here and for the opportunity. First of all, I want to start off, we'll be sitting quite a bit, so I think we're going to be a little bit more active. Who of you can still remember their study-work transition when you entered the job market? Can you still remember that? If please, yes?
I can still remember.
If you forgot it, it's also fine, right? And secondly, my second question is, was it easy? Was it easy for you? Please stand up, it was easy. Okay, it was easy. And my last question is, who of you knows somebody within the age between 20 or 25 right now? Please stand up.
My kids.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, we're a good audience here then. I'm in the right place. So, hello, Mentor. Career transitioning made easy. I'm Quincy Dallas, I might know. And what we focus on is helping students enter the job market because it's a really difficult field. When I talk to the audience or the people we work with, 20 to 25 years old, they had COVID, they had many different problems. There were many different things that were going on, of course, in the world. And for me, myself, I'll tell you a little bit about my age a bit later. I already found it a bit hard. There was an information overload. There were so many opportunities to choose from. But when you look at the data, for example, if you look like what students really think about their transition is that I find it really hard. About 62% of them say like, I'm not so well prepared. But when we look to the other side of the spectrum or our platform, the companies that we work with, they feel that talent is not really well prepared. Actually, there's a big war on talent going on right now. So they don't know how to find or reach out to talent and actually get in touch with universities. So, like I said, I'm Quincy Dahl. I'm 35 years old. I got 40 years experience of HR tech. I worked for different companies internationally as well. I got a son of 2.5. His name is Max. I'm really proud of him as well. And Hello Mentor got founded in the VU in Amsterdam. That's where I worked for 5 years. And I didn't do this actually because I wanted to do it. I had other activities, but there were so many students coming to me asking questions about their careers, how to transition, and also from other universities in Amsterdam. And I was like, hey, something is missing here. What's going on? So I was like, this is not a good sign. So I started building a program within the university, but it took way too long with the university. Some of you who work with universities might know it. But I got a bit of experience, though, with working with universities right now. And what I saw was, okay, let's do it differently. Let's do it differently in a whole different approach. So that's where Hello Mentor got founded. Way later, I'll tell you a little bit, way later, I looked at different competitors of companies that also do something in the mentorship space. But in the Netherlands, or maybe in Belgium even, mentorship in the way that I promote, that we do it, is quite unique. Many focus on an Asian market. That's one big player there. Others focus on getting you only into FANG or MANG companies, if you know what I mean. And I don't feel like they're really helping to get an inclusive way of helping people to transition to the job market. So who are the real competitors in my sense? I think we're really competitive more from LinkedIn. Everybody knows that, of course. Young Capital, that's more of a recruitment agency. It's a totally different approach than what we are doing. And indeed, a job board with vacancies, nothing personal. So there's a big opportunity here because our future workforce will be millennials, the people who we work with right now. They will be the leaders of the future. And they feel like mentoring is really helping them, actually. And even if they get mentored, they also want to work at that company. So it's a really low entry to go and find new talent. So your question could help. So what we say is really simple. A simple hello, a simple introduction can lead to 1 million opportunities based upon your career. And making that transition easy and accessible. My background is also I worked for the beta department in the VU. So I work a lot with STEM students, and that's also where the big part of the most of the students that we work with come from. So these are the study fields. So yeah, VO stands for the university, and HBO stands for applied universities. And my experience is, of course, with the VU, so it's a university. So that's why my network is based upon. But right now we work with all universities, TU Delft, Eindhoven. Actually, I'll tell a little bit about Eindhoven. I love this place. I'm here weekly. There's lots of opportunity there for students. They apply themselves voluntarily to our program because they feel the need. They feel insecure. They feel like it's a jungle. They need to have support. So really quickly, how does our program work? It's 6 meetings over a 4-month period. Around about 3.5 hours per month they spend together. The mentor and mentee, I'll tell you a little bit more about the process later. And then we focus on 6 career teams. And those career teams are based, we did research about what do people need to transition to the job market. For example, building a network, need to develop new skills, reflect on your motivation, manage your career. Well, those teams we identified. We can really specifically help mentees or our students with certain questions, but also try to figure out who are the right mentors to connect them to. And for the mentors, I think that's really key what we're doing right now is we have a peer-to-peer learning and development program. Because our mentors are our ambassadors. Without our mentors, we don't have anything. So we developed a peer-to-peer learning program for mentors to be connected to each other, so they can learn from each other, become a good mentor, and pay it forward to the next generation. We believe in a little bit of ecosystem design. Yesterday I was at BIT, and I think I was already in the presentation, but we really focus more on creating an ecosystem where people can transition themselves. So if you look to the left, we can build Hello Mentor around educational institutes with alumni, but what we do is connect them to the job market. So that's the bridge that we're building. If you want to envision them a little bit further ahead, like where could Hello Mentor go to, you can also continue this to later phases of your career. Because if you look back, like if you transition to your next career phase, literally mostly via our network. So there are no proper instances or companies that really help or support you in that personal development part. What makes us a bit unique and special? We use matching and algorithms. We try to identify what you need, what kind of interests you have, and we will connect you to your agenda because we really want to help you probably fix meetings with your mentor. It's really important that we know when the meetings take place, so we can also adjust our learning and development specifically on your needs to when you meet your mentor, but so also for the mentor to keep track and guidance. This is Sabine. Some of you might know her. She works at TechLeap. And she knocked at our door. She just started at TechLeap like, Quincy, I just came out of university. There's nobody guiding me. They don't have an IT department here within. Can you give me a mentor? So we connected her to Cara Antoine. Cara Antoine, some of you might know her as well. She was the chair of the CEO of Women in Tech. And it really helped her out in her next step in her career. So again, what we also focus on creating the interactions, but also creating and capturing the memories that you have with your mentor. Because usually when you meet somebody, it's really difficult to say like, okay, who do I want to be connected with? Quickly, we had over 800 applicants. We started off in 2018, but since last year I started off full-time. We did over 260 matches. Most of us word of mouth, so students really love our program. They talk to each other about it, work with universities, and also lots of valuable already there. We have all a big revenue, and we are able to work with some of really cool clients from ASML here in Eindhoven. With Brainport developers, we're rolling out to keep talent in the region. So retaining talent is also something that we do. And we also had a bit of revenue. ING helped us out, and they started off with 50K investment, or not really investment, it was more like an innovation budget, because they believed in a different way of approaching and reaching out to talent. So the first 3 years was really about building the program, validating everything, getting clients in and seeing what works. It started off as a project, and as you can see, slowly and surely we were creating more and more revenue and more traction. Right now our model is as following. For employees, including the trainer, they pay €500, and right now also focus on universities who have added value for them. Road till date, bootstrapped. Well, of course, with the IT investment, but that was just more like a innovation budget. We got an investment from ASIF last year, 25K, and right now I got accepted in Antler. And the reason why I want to get in Antler, because I built a team of really good people, but what was missing was the leadership. So I'm looking also for a co-founder that really can help and bring this idea forward, because it's quite big of a challenge. And I'll explain to you about it in the roadmap. Because right now we're building our platform based on everything that we know and roll it out. We want to make it plug and play, accessible for all study fields, so we'll expand it to make it exclusive for everybody. But also expand to new markets, later phases, international, make it specific for keeping women, for example, in a certain field. So we can really tailor it. So we really have to have bright minds together next to me, as there's somebody here in the room. If you meet her, please say hello to her, to help and build out this dream. The ask, for 18-month runway, we'll ask 300,000 euros. Bids for development and building out our learning development and sales, of course, but also access to partners, because I believe in cash flow. As you can tell, I tried to bootstrap everything from the start. So without cash flow, is your business really valid? That was my question I had. So, hello, and hopefully we'll create 1 million opportunities together.
Hello, Quincy. That was a good one. Yeah, nice. Yeah. You liked it, huh? It was fun, huh?
That's fun. Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah, I liked
Cool.
it. I liked it. Let's see if they liked it, because they have an application. They can, and you also streaming. You can really have a go. Check the 2 questions. Click for the votings, and I'm very curious what they will vote. But first, we go to the juries. Wim, please.
Thank you. I liked your pitch the first time. I liked it again because I do think personally, this whole human capital challenge is huge for companies and for people, and there are a lot of matching and other platforms, but we still haven't cracked it. So the mentoring component might be, from my perspective, an interesting angle in this whole thing. So, but that's my personal view. So let's see what the others think. So who has a question? Claire, I'll start with Claire. Yeah.
Yes,
Remotely.
thank you for the presentation. Very good presentation. I have a question. I do still remember my transitioning from studying to the workplace, and I remember that I didn't know what I didn't know. So I'm curious. I think that when you're a student and you're transitioning to the workplace, you actually don't know how things work, and you don't know what questions to ask, and you don't know what your needs are. That's something that you find you can solve with your solution.
Thank you for the question. I think the thing is we've got quite a bit of data from what students want to do. So we are already capturing like, oh, these are the common grounds. So we can give that back because other students already have been there. So we can use that data again to give it to the next generation.
Right. Joël, ladies first.
Very nice. I think it's could solve a very large challenge, especially for the companies. And I think also that's where the payments should start to come from at some point. I think the students you can get on board. But how, I'm a little bit looking at the business model, and that you have a lot of large logos, Adyen,
Yeah.
you could have been already running millions if you see what the price is that the company is paying for recruiting one person, a 3-month salary. Is that something you're still looking at? What could be the ideal pricing proposition? Because now I think it's still very small,
Yeah.
whilst you have very big logos there.
Yeah.
Or are they just in the infancy of starting to work with you?
That's a bit also, thank you.
And what challenges do you face growing with them?
Yeah, cool. Thank you. I think one of the things is mentoring for companies in the Netherlands is quite new. So it's an entry point. We also try to get access to those companies. Because when you talk to companies, corporates, they have so many people that really love to join mentoring. So we try to build it out, but we're still developing that model, actually. We just started really early. So I think there are many opportunities that we've been speaking to so many. There are many different opportunities that we can approach. Even Microsoft, Dagmar Lens, she approached us to get it in their store. So we got invited to the startup program the start of the year. But we are also trying to do it step by step. The team is really important, as you can tell. Because I think the product is already there. But right now getting into the next phase, that will be the next challenge. But also looking into the business model, and see what are the opportunities there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jeroen?
Yeah, actually, 2 questions. One is a little bit in line with the previous one. Is for me, 300K for the upcoming 18 months, if I'm correct, looks like not much. The first question would be, would a larger amount of funding create more speed, because I understand the networking effect, and it would help to create more speed. And the other one is, since you were looking for partners that have network and have access, probably to universities as well. I don't know if you're familiar with the Eindhoven-based company called Study Portals. They are connected and have, I think, all the universities in the world as their clients right now, on attracting students to the university. But I think this could be really interesting to them, and for the university as well, to be connected to help these students once they leave the university.
Interested in see it like this, being in the part of the chain, right? So I think you're connecting to other companies. I think that can be really an interesting opportunity. Regarding to the funds, I think what we did with Endler as well is building a team first. They will also want to do an investment eventually. But we also are getting subsidies. For example, we work in Brainport region. We're doing a big project here together with the municipality where we get funds from that, but also from other subsidies. So it's going to be a mixed portfolio of funds. So this is only like the real investment funds, but we're going to mix it out and then boost it a little bit more. Yeah.
Michel first, then Frank.
Yes.
Michel, go ahead.
So,
Okay.
well, Quincy, let me start with giving you a compliment. So, I think Kurt will have a hard time in beating you. You're quite a presenter, so well done.
Give the mic. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to have a break now. Please raise your hands.
In my definition, I feel you're more a tech enablement company than a B2B software tool. Having said that, what do you perceive as the USP for making this startup a success? Is it having a balanced community, or to put it in other words, a balanced marketplace? Or is it really the algorithm?
Yeah, good question. We pivoted last year, so we were really trying to build our own community, but I think I don't like to build communities, to be honest. And as a company, we can support communities like universities. There are already communities out there, like Women in Tech. If you Google mentoring, those are all possible clients that are doing it, I think, not as well as we do, but they can be all potential clients that can use our software like an enablement for their services. So tap into those communities. For example, in Brainport, we work together with Brainport. We get access to ASML, SendCloud, Fortress, and the universities as well. So we didn't even have to build that whole community out from scratch. That would be a road that would have taken way too long.
Hearing this, I think it's worth reconsidering your pricing model in that sense.
Yeah.
And that's also what Joël mentioned, is basically looking at these logos, you should be able to monetize more.
Yeah, especially in the
maybe-
business-to-business market.
Exactly. Yeah.
We are paying awful lot of money on recruiting. So.
Yeah, how much are they willing to pay for mentoring software? And how much are they willing to pay for recruitment software packaged as the mentoring platform?
Yeah, that was also a bit of the
Yeah,
challenge.
so it's a little bit about marketing,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
If you position it right, I think
Yeah.
you'll see it as a kind of
Hoor je dat, Marijke?
both.
Because mentoring is nice, but talk later.
We need people.
Yeah, we need.
I
Sorry. Yeah.
Michel?
I agree with Frank that you're a great presenter, but that makes me skeptical.
Yeah.
And I'm only skeptical about one thing, something I don't understand in the numbers.
Yeah.
With very little investment, you have already achieved 150K of revenue.
Yeah.
So to me, either that hides a big problem with cost or deployment effort or something like that, or you've got something that is much more valuable than you think. Now, you don't need to go into details now, but there is a mismatch in a way between the amount of money you raised so far to achieve that. If I were you, either I would ask for no more money and continue to grow with my own or with a few friends, or I would ask for much more, that was one of the questions, to scale it. But there is something that doesn't fit. But it's a good news, don't worry.
Okay. Maybe one added thing to that. I think that also maybe addresses that question, the first question at least. We did it really like on a concierge style. We built Hello Mentor with manual labor, so we connected everybody manually. So right now we're in the phase of going to the platform like let's see. So we're in this is the platform side. So the scalability, we couldn't do the scalability yet because we really had to do it testing, really manually in the background. So the platform was working. It was an MVP actually. So this is the next phase that we're going to go in. So I think maybe, and the costing, something I got back more often the last few weeks. So I think that's something really interesting to look into. Yeah, but thank you as well for the feedback.
All right. Any more questions or remarks? One more?
Yeah, maybe clarification question, and thanks for the good presentation, by the way. Agree with that. So those corporates you are partnering with, are they helping you on the supply side? So do you have people from those corporates serving as a mentor? Or is it actually that there's people that work for those corporates also being coached?
No, so to keep it simple, the most simplest answer, mentoring is a two-way street, but the most simplest answer is that they're giving them mentors. So give them for retention, keeping your employees, giving paying forward, diversity and inclusion, recruitment. So they have different ways of getting mentors in. And mentors, the people, and maybe you might recognize it, but doing something besides your work and also giving something back, they really love doing it. So usually when they spread it out, it's like we get an overwhelm of mentors. We even have more mentors in our database than mentees actually right now.
Right.
Even from the US.
Yeah. Okay. Because the matchmaking, I see like a big opportunity, not just by having Adyen providing mentors, but if they could also use your tool to help their employees to upgrade their skill level, right? And then you basically get to tap into the learning budgets of corporates, which they on average spend like €1,000 on per employee per year on. And this is massive, right? So that's a huge additional market that your solution from a, let's say, tech perspective could easily tap into as well.
Oh yeah. And what I hear different revenues. And as you only invest with friends, and you're my friend on stage, I would perhaps. Paul, I would invest. Let's check on what you guys said, what you guys had answered on the questions. Please, could we have the results? The results. Can we have the results for the Hello Mentor? Oh, that's very good. There's no one in the beginning, right? This is a big bulk at the end, huh? Yeah. I think if you can answer those new revenue streams, then we'll be like, whoa, everything will be here. And I would be on board, friends. I would be on board. But let's check the hands. Let's check it.
Thanks for the presentation. You're a good presenter, but there's also good content there. So both count from. So let's see what the people think. So who would like to continue at some point in time, have a discussion on this concept? All right. So that's 5.
5. We have 5. That's good. That's good. You're in the lead together with the other one. Yes. Give him an applause. Thank you, Quincy. Thank you.